By now, you know a few things about me. I am a Christian, I am a martial arts coach, and I'm a dad. All three of those things showed up at the exact same time when I was 19 years old. Now, I was raised in the church, no mystery there. We went all the time. As long as I lived in my parents' house, church was not an option. It was an exercise of get in the car because mom and dad said, get in the car. The foundation did get installed though. I heard the stories, I knew the language, but if I'm honest, I didn't like the church that I was forced to go to. so, so I went through the motions, said the right things, did what I was told, not because I wanted to, not because I understood it, not because I had a relationship with God, but because I was supposed to. I was also trained in martial arts. I earned my second degree black belt. Then I opened up my first school at age 19. I thought I was really good. Other people told me I was really good. But when I opened up my school, my own students started asking me questions, real questions. They asked me why and how to do something. And I realized I didn't actually know. I mean, I gave them all the same answers that I'd been given when I asked the questions. Sometimes I didn't even know if they were true. Other times I just made up the answers so that I wouldn't look stupid. I basically just copied what my instructor did and taught the way that I was taught. Not because I understood any of it, because I was supposed to. And at the same time, I became a dad at 19. I had no idea how to be a dad. I was still a kid myself. So I did what everyone does. I looked at my dad, I looked at my childhood, I looked at my relationship with him, and I tried to recreate it or avoid it, depending on your situation. But I tried to recreate mine, not because I knew what I was doing, not because I thought it through, because I was supposed to. I hate doing what I'm supposed to do. I require freedom. And even though I knew what freedom was, I did not feel free. The issues entered my life in one order, and the solutions came in a different order. So my philosophical journey started in martial arts. When I'd answer my students' questions, something did not feel right. It wasn't me. Uh, it wasn't me, the supposed expert, giving them the answer. It was me repeating what I was told by an expert who was told by another expert, and so on. It's like the telephone game. And that bothered me. It made me ask questions like, what's the real answer? And what even is real? So I went on a mission. I don't know became my SIR, which stands for Standard Issue Response. I'd look at students with a smile and say, I don't know. Let's find out. We can test whatever you come up with. My first group of students were teenagers, and instead of me being the head honcho and everyone copying me, we all had creative rights. We'd come up with hypotheses, then we'd test them on each other. Those teenagers turned out to be incredibly dangerous but controlled people for the most part. My thinking was simple when I was doing this with the martial arts. It was the easiest thing for me to do this with. God didn't come down here from heaven and hand humanity the knowledge of combat. Someone figured it out. They did it through trial and error on another human being. So that's what we did. We didn't use bags, we didn't use equipment, we just used our bodies. And that forced another question, because you're trying to figure out what is correct, or how do you know when something is correct? And the answer I landed on was based on combat, but it's applicable everywhere. And it was simple. It has to work. Correct means whatever works. Now, I'd be lying if I said I was trained by the best. I was trained by a long line of people who positioned themselves as experts, but were mostly just repeating what they were told. They never questioned where the information came from. I guess they just enjoyed their position and respect, by being considered an expert. At the same time, I was a dad with absolutely no idea how to do that. But I was already in the middle of this martial arts paradigm shift, so I thought, Maybe correct parenting is whatever it works too. So I started studying parents at the school. I watched what they did, what worked, what failed, how their kids responded to what they did. And yes, I did experiment. I wasn't being reckless, but I wanted to learn so that my kids would be outstanding. Now, the responsibility of being a dad crushed me in the best way possible. It forced three realizations. Number one, people kind of suck. Number two, nobody really knows what the hell they're doing, including me. Number three, I needed a real foundation for a relationship with God. The standards of humans were just too low anyway. The weight of responsibility was overwhelming as a dad. So I turned to God. And at first, I was bad at it, really bad. I didn't know how to have an actual relationship with Him. But I got better over time because I realized something else. It's hard to find real answers, even inside of a church. There are a lot of cliches, a lot of phrases, a lot of things that people repeat, and no one really seems to know what any of it means or what I'm supposed to do every day. And then it hit me. They're just people too, struggling, failing, trying. At least they're trying, just like me. You know, I think a lot of people get turned off from going to church because they want to be bottle fed the relationship with God, meaning they want to depend on someone else, a third party, to give them the relationship with God. I don't think it works like that. I think you have to search it out yourself. You have to read the Bible to know what it says. But experts function like that everywhere, in church and karate and parenting and everything. They just repeat things they heard or read in a book that someone else wrote or were told. And to play it safe or to make money, most of them treat the symptoms and never fix the root of the issue. Now, karate is different. The consequence of being wrong or doing it not correct is immediate. If you do something wrong, you get hit, often in the face, and nothing says do it right, get it correct immediately, quite like being punched in the face. So I'm incredibly skeptical of experts in any field. They're human, just like me. And even if they spend a long time in school that repeats what was repeated to them by professors from a book that someone else wrote, that doesn't mean they actually know what the hell is going on. Although professors would argue that they do know everything and they do know what the hell is going on. Now, I do not claim to be an expert. What I do claim is that I spent 34 years paying attention to what works consistently over time in the three things that I cared about the most: being a dad, being a coach, and following God. So the way I think about what I'm doing on YouTube is pretty simple. I'm sharing what I actually did every day, what worked, what didn't, and what I noticed along the way. And here's the part that most experts leave out. I call it the middle part. Take a look at where you are right now. This moment. Your finances, your parent, your mental attitude, your whatever skills, that's you right now. Now think about where you want to be or where you should be. You can also put a dot on a piece of paper, write the word me above it, and then put another dot somewhere else far away from it and write where I want to be so you can see this. This space between the 2 points, that's the middle part. Experts love to skip that space. They want to take you from here to here with a leap or a pill or a hack or a suggestion that works for most people, but they don't want to walk you through the middle part. And when you skip the middle part, you don't fix the problem. You just create more symptoms to treat. That system is very expensive. I'm going to teach you about the middle part. I'm going to expose the roots, but I'm not going to pretend that there's a shortcut. I've tried all of the shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. You still have to figure your way through it because that's how it actually works. I'm just going to help you shave off time by giving you a structure of thought. And if you're a parent, teacher, or coach, this is for you. Anyway, if you want ideas about thinking through the middle part, subscribe. That's what this channel is built around.